All right, so today's lesson is Module 2, Lesson 26. And our objective, our purpose for this lesson is that you will be able to divide decimal dividends by two-digit divisors. Just a really quick refresher, 26 is our divisor, 2 digits, and 834 and 6/10 is our dividend. Okay, our answer to a division problem is going to be our quotient. All right, so just like we did before, we're going to estimate, solve, and then check. So when I estimate, I'm going to automatically start with my divisor. 26 rounded is going to be 30. Then I know I need to figure out what am I going to estimate 834 and 6/10 to so that it's easily divisible by 30. So what I can do is do my multiples of 3, 6, 9. I'm trying to get as close to 8 as I can. That's a multiple of 3, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. So I know 9 is a good option. So I'm going to say 900 because there's 3 digits here. I need 3 digits here. I just fill in with zeros. Then I can divide by 10, eliminate some of those zeros. 90 divided by 3. Well, 3 goes into 9, 1, 2, 3 times. 1 0 left over. My final answer, once I solve this, should be somewhere close to 30. All right, so now to solve it. My divisor goes on the outside of the box and my dividend goes on the inside. So out of the house, in the house. So 26 goes on the outside. Make sure that when you're writing the solving portion, you're not using those estimated numbers and you're using the actual numbers from your original problem. 834 and 6/10. My step 1 is going to automatically send that decimal to the top. So make sure that you bring that decimal to the top first thing, okay? Then my 26 does not fit into 8, so I'm going to put a 0 on top of that 8. These are placeholders so that I know exactly where my answer should be and how much I need to continue to work on. 26 fits into 83 about 3 times. Now, in order for me to verify whether that is correct or not, I need to actually try it out. There's a possibility I may need to go down 1 and make it a 2, and there's a possibility I may need to make it bigger. First things first, I'm going to try it out. 26 times 3. Remember, the estimate gives us a starting point, okay? Not always is it going to be the exact answer. 6 times 3 is 18. 8 goes down, 1 goes up. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 78. 78 is pretty close to 83. I cannot fit another group of 26, so 3 times worked. So on top of the 3, I'm going to put a 3. Make sure that you're careful where you're putting them and know that there's still another digit that needs to go here. 26 times 3 is 78. So now 78 has to go right underneath this 83. I'm going to subtract it. I can't take away 8 from 3, so I need to go next door. More on the floor, go next door. So I need to borrow. This 8 becomes a 7, and this 3 becomes a 13. And now I can subtract 8 from 13. So put 8 in your brain. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I get 5. And now I can see 26 does not fit into 5. I have a number over here, so I'm going to call for some backup, some reinforcement, and bring down that 4. Okay, now I need to figure out how many times does 26 fit into 54. I need to divide. I know it doesn't fit in there 3 because 78 is larger than 54, so I'm going to drop it by 1 and see what 26 times 2 is. 6 times 2 is 12. Carry over the 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 52. Oh, that's a good one. So I know 2 works, so I'm going to first put the 2 on here on top of that 4. 26 times 2, I already did the work, it's 52. Now I can subtract. 4 take away 2 is 2, and this is 0. 26 cannot be divided into 2, so I need to bring down that 6. 26 fits into 26 exactly 1 time. 26 times 1 is 26. Subtract, I get a 0, there's no remainder. My answer is 32 and 1/10. But in order to make sure that I have this correct, I need to check by multiplying. I'm going to take this Quotient, my answer, 32 and 1/10. And I'm going to take this original divisor and I'm going to multiply it over here. And I'm just lining them up kind of as if that decimal was not there. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 2 goes down, the 1 goes up. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 1 is 19. Now I'm done with the ones place, cross, cross, add a 0. 2 goes into 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Now I got to add those together. 6, 4, 13, 6, 7, 8. And now I have one decimal space here, so I'm only going to add one decimal space down here. And now I'm checking. Is this number the same as my original dividend? Yes, it checks. Therefore, 32 and 1/10 is correct. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do a problem set question with you. All right, so for today's problem set, I'm doing lesson 26 of our module 2, and I'm going to go down to question number 2. Now, question number 2, I'm going to go ahead and complete D with you. So I'm going to do my estimate, solve, and check right here, okay? Now, let me kind of zoom this in a little bit more. Can I zoom it? There we go. All right, so first off, to estimate, I'm going to take my 13 and I'm going to round that to 10, 4 or less, let it rest. Okay, and then I'm going to look at my multiples of 1. Okay, and I know that that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to say that 6, you can choose either 6 or 7 here. Either one works. I'm just going to go with 6 just because this is just a starting point. And remember, the whole number is just 6. So it's just a single digit. Okay, now to solve it, we are going to put 13 on the outside. Oh, I didn't finish this one. Okay, so we could say 600 hundredths. Okay, this one we probably don't even need to do the estimate. So let's just go ahead and 6 and 89 hundredths. First step first, bring up that decimal, just like I did in our notes. Then 13 does not fit into 6. So now I'm going to move on. How many times does 13 fit into 68? Okay, and if we add that decimal and kind of say tenths, well, we know that 10 fits into 60 6 times. So that kind of gives me an idea here a little bit about how many times 13 will fit. Well, I know if 10 goes into 60 6 times, well, 13 is bigger than 10, so let's try 5. 13 times 5. 15, 6, 65. Oh, that looks good. So I'm going to put 5 here because 65 is close to 68. Subtract. 8 take away 5 is 3. 13 doesn't fit into 3. Bring down that 9. Okay, 13 fits into 39. How many times? Well, let me try 2 times, see what we get. 6, 26. Let me try one more just to make sure. 3, 9, 39. Oh, perfect. 3 times, and it happens to be 39. Subtract, I get a 0. Check it really quick. 53 hundredths times 13. 9, 15, carry over the 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, cross, cross, 0, 3, 5, and that's 0 over here. Add them together, 9, 8, 6. And then I have 2 decimal spaces, 1, 2. So there's 2 spaces here. I need 2 spaces here. 6.89 checks. Yes, we are correct. Go ahead and do all of the problems that you have been instructed to do from this point.